What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kika Jackson from Werk Fitness, 2801 Christmas Street, and this is the word on the street. Come get this work.
So welcome back to Word on the Street. Today we're here with Kika Jackson. We at the Werk Fitness Gym, and we just wanted to catch up with her and just get a little rundown on what she does, and maybe you can get something from this interview that you can take home with yourself to improve your life. So welcome to the show, Kika Jackson. If you want to introduce yourself to the fan base.
Alright, y'all, what's up? It's Kika Jackson from Werk Fitness on the west side. If you're not sure where I am, pull up 2801 Christmas Street, Suite 212. Follow me on Instagram, Kika Jackson, or Werk Fitness _ or add me on Facebook, Kika Jackson, or Werk Fitness. Come get this work. Raw. Okay, I'm ready.
So just tell us a little bit of how you got into fitness and you know.
Well, fitness been life. I've been boxing and around the gym for ever. Probably I say since about 2012, where I got really active with fitness. I was in college. I was studying biology. That was my main goal. I was also on the ECU boxing team, but I stayed in the gym. My grades were good and everything like that, but fitness was just always life. When I graduated, my plan was to go back to school because I was pre-med, but then I was like, I be in the gym all the time. Why not do something that I like and that I love? So I started working at a couple local gyms, Planet Fitness, but they wouldn't let me do my thing as far as training. So then I went to Park and Rec, but they still wouldn't let me do my thing as far as training. So I was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna start my own gym. So I went to the park with nothing. I think I had like 2-3 jump ropes and some kettlebells. And I just kept posting on Facebook, pull up. I got an activity, I got a workout for you. Eventually the crowd grew, but then the weather started fucking up the workouts and stuff like that. And I was like, shit, I need a building. So I just went around and I was like, I want to stay in this area. So I went around to local buildings that had rental spaces and things like that. And I finally found one. And I've been here since 2017. I got the keys on my birthday, 2017, May 31st. And we've been here ever since. Basically, that's how we got started.
So how do you put your workout routines together?
My thing is I do boxing all the time. So boxing is the main base of my workouts. We do high intensity interval training. The class is about 45 minutes long. When you come in, we warm up with cardio for about 5 minutes, and then we'll do more cardio, probably about 5 minutes on a routine, just your basic calisthenics like running in place, jumping jacks, squats, and push-ups and things like that. After we do that, you get a little rest, and then we hop on the bags. You got about 4 3-minute rounds of bag work, and then we'll go over to the weights, put together like a high intensity interval training circuit, maybe 4 exercises that we'll do for 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. You do that about 3 to 4 times through. After that, get some water again and come down on the mats, and we're gonna end with some ab work. So it's a real good workout. As you can tell, we hit pretty much everything during the circuit, from your arms with the bag work, your abs with the core work, and then a little bit of everything with the weights, your legs, your arms, your core, all that. So it's a full workout, just 45 minutes. So if you're looking for a trainer, here she go. Ooh.
So when you have new clients come in, are you able to kind of look at them and tell that they not gonna last maybe more than a week, maybe more than 2 weeks?
So what I do is an intake. I tell all people who are interested in coming to my gym, come in. The first class is free. When you come in, I do your assessments. I get your measurements, your BMI, your body fat percentage, and I ask you a few questions. If I can change 2 things on your body, what would it be? And then the second question is, why you've been my friend for so long, why is it that you're contacting me now? Because a lot of people that come to me, they've been following me. And a lot of times, I don't want nobody in here if they're not dedicated. Because you coming in here, you're going to pay me, but you're a reflection of me. If you pay me, you keep coming and you telling people you're working out with me, but you're not looking like it, I don't want you. So that's why I do that, just to figure you out. I give a 30-day trial, 30 days for $30. If you like it, come back. After assessment, if I like you, I'll let you come back. And that's how I do it.
Okay. For those who, you got different body types. Some people, they are basically, born with less fat on their body and stuff like that. What is kind of like the ratio of people that come in that, they may put in a lot more work than someone who has less body fat, but they're willing to stick it out? What are I guess the advantages of having someone like that's in here? They're able to work out a lot longer, but they're not exactly cut up and ripped up.
I like my clients like that because it shows like they got a goal that they're trying to reach. They don't feel like they're already there, so they don't have to do as much work. They know that I gotta grind for this. I know my body type, and I know I might not be eating right, and I know what my mom looked like, I know what my dad looked like, so I know I need to grind. So those clients, I like for them to come in and work out with me because the transformation means that much more. So I don't judge people, I don't do any of that. If you check out my website, you can see my before and afters. A lot of my before and afters are people with more body fat, and then you keep the hips, lose the weight. What I say, lose the gut, keep the butt. I said lose the gut, keep the butt. So just like that. So I love those type of body types, so I don't discriminate.
Okay. You mentioned in your diet. How important is your diet when trying to transform yourself into that ideal physique? How important is a person's diet?
Ooh, thank you for asking me this. Nutrition is everything, y'all. It's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. You can come in the gym all day, push all the weights you want, but if you go home and you eating cheeseburger and hot chili cheese fries, you're not gonna reach your goals. So nutrition is everything. You got to make sure your meals are balanced. We need lean protein, complex carbohydrates, and a good portion of vegetables. Now, vegetables, I mean the cruciferous vegetables. You got kale, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, and things like that. I don't like the potatoes and things like that unless it's sweet potatoes, but a lot of people be like, Kika, I do eat my vegetables, and they eat mashed potatoes and french fries. Now, we can't do that. So make sure you're getting those 3 different macronutrients. You got your protein, actually 4 macronutrients. You got your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates, but also making sure you're getting something from your vegetables as well.
Okay. A lot of people, they may be confused with like eating steaks and stuff like that, and they like to say, that's part of your protein intake. How much of a misnomer is that?
When you get to beef and things like that, I'm a pescatarian, so I try to stay away from as much meat as possible, but I do eat fish and things like that. But if you're going to be eating steak and stuff like that, make sure you're doing a lean cut and try to do it not as much, because it does not digest as fast in your body. So try to stay away from it. But if you do gotta have it, try to get the lean cut. So another good source of protein would be like chicken, and like I said, fish and turkey. So stay away from pork, please. Stay away from pork. Stay away from it.
What about like Jack Mac, tuna, stuff like that? Okay,
tuna. That's an excellent that's an excellent source of protein. That's all I got to say about that. It's just excellent source of protein.
Okay. The reason why I said it because a lot of people that are incarcerated, they use Jack Mac as their source of protein when they're doing a lot of working out and stuff like that. So.
That's excellent. It got a lot of omega-3 and things like that in it. So if you are incarcerated, eat all the tuna that you can. Make sure you eat it. Stay away from that packaged beef and pork and stuff like that. I'd rather you eat tuna and stuff like that.
How does your mental health and your physical health correspond with each other?
Oh, mental is everything. Your mind has to be right. If your mind isn't right, it reflects in everything that you do, from your physical, from your outer appearance, and everything like that. A lot of people, like I was saying in the beginning, they come in the gym and they say they want to work out, but they're not mentally ready. If you haven't made it up in your mind, like, I really want to do this, I'm trying to change my life, I'm trying to get closer to my higher power, I'm trying to just get rid of all negative things out of my body and things like that. If you haven't made that up in your head, then you're not physically ready to get in shape. So mental is really, really important. So.
Okay. So what are some of the advantages of having just good health, good mental health? What are some of the advantages, and are there any disadvantages?
Number one, a good advantage for health is better sex. You get better sex with that. You're able to. The next one is you're able to move around more. You're more mobile and things like that. You don't have to worry about knee pain. You ain't got to worry about arthritis and things like that. Another thing is if you wake up and you work out, you have a better day. A lot of times we wake up, we groggy and stuff like that. But if you get up, do a couple jumping jacks, squats, and sit-ups, most likely you're gonna have more energy and you're gonna have a brighter outlook on your day. So, some disadvantages. I don't see any disadvantages to working out unless your doctor has told you to sit down or consult a physician before you start a workout routine. That's the only disadvantage. If your doctor tells you not to do it, that's it, pretty much. Yeah.
Can you over work out? Is there such thing as over working out or working out too much?
Yeah, you don't. A lot of people think they got to go in the gym and stay in there for 2 hours and do all this and that. No, you just need 30 to 45 minutes 3 to 5 times out the week. People who tend to work out more, they're normally athletes. So it's okay because they're probably training with a trainer and they have, not a trainer, they have a set regimen. Like me, I box, so I have to work out multiple times throughout the day, but there's certain time periods that I go. Like in the morning, I do my cardio. Cardio probably takes you about 30 to 45 minutes. Normally in the afternoon, I'll go to the boxing gym, train with my coach. We do an hour and 30 minutes there. And then in the evening, I might go back to the gym after I done rest, hydrated, ate, and everything like that, and do another hour of strength conditioning. But that's because I'm an athlete. And I could do that if you're just a normal person who doesn't really work out on a regular basis and is just trying to get into a routine. Start with 3 to 5 times out of the week, 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay. So, like, if I was someone who I'm afraid to show up at the gym because I'm intimidated by all the people that's going to be in the gym looking at me when I come in the gym, when I try to get started working out, what kind of baby steps could I take at home to build my confidence up before I actually step into a gym?
There's several things that you can do. I actually post online routines. I have free routines on my Instagram. Again, that's WERKFITNESS_, or you can add me on Facebook, Werk Fitness. I do, it's called High Intensity Interval Training 4 for 4. It's 4 different exercises. It's 4 different exercises. You don't need any weight or anything like that. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Start light with something like that. If that's too much for you, do it 3 times through. There's also different groups you can add on social media that post routines. Not just me. Just type in fitness, quick fitness routine, and search the tags. I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of workouts to pop up.
Okay. Earlier when we were talking about the mental health and how important that is to your physical health. I see you all the time, coming to work, staying on your grind every day. How do you stay motivated to get up every day? And because it takes a lot of mental strength to get up out of the bed and go work out. How do you stay motivated?
My motivation comes from within. I see myself at a different altitude than where I am right now. And I know I got a lot of work to get there. So in order for me to get there, I have to stick to the routine. And sometimes we fall off course, but we always got to come back to the basics, because in order to get somewhere, you got to have a plan. So I got to do this step. I got to do that step. I got to do that step. And then eventually I'm going to reach to where I'm trying to get to. And that's what motivates me. I just got a goal. I got to reach it. So a lot of times people don't have a goal. And like they said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I got a plan. I'm trying to stick to it. Sometimes I fall off my plan, but I always come back to it because there's an ultimate goal I'm trying to reach.
Gotcha. Now we got 2 belts here to your left. There's actually 3. There's one that's not in the frame, they can't see. But what are those belts? Start with the bottom one.
Oh, you started with the best belt. This is the best belt right here, because this is the belt that I won when I finally made the USA team. I won this in December, a couple months ago. I went to Lake Charles, Louisiana. This was the Olympic qualifier. We had several different fights. There were 7 people in my category. I had to fight multiple nights, and I won. And I actually fought a girl who thought she was gonna whoop my ass. She's been trying to fight me for a couple years, and she was making statuses and everything. I ain't say nothing. I just got in the ring, started smiling, and I hopped on her ass. That's how I got this belt.
Okay.
Hey, baby. But this next belt, what's this one? This is when I fought this girl in the Air Force. I had went up in weight class. I ain't gonna lie, this was a tough belt to win. This bitch was big. Oh my God. When we got in the ring, first round, I'm like, yeah, I got this. She swung. She missed the second one, she connected. I was like, oh goddamn, I'm in the wrong weight class. So I was like, next plan, I gotta get in there, get out. So I just kept going in there, beep, beep, hop out, beep, beep, hop out. Kept her running around this ring. Eventually, I think we only lasted 2 rounds because I got a technical knockout in this fight. I remember my mama got out the ring, she got my belt and went in front of the girl with my belt on and started twerking. We ain't gonna talk about that. Then I went in the locker room. She was actually in the locker room punching the lockers and stuff when I walked in. I was like, damn, you punching lockers? You should have did that shit in the ring. I swear to God. Yeah. Man. So yeah, that's a pretty dope belt too, because Marines, they really got a real good boxing team. Salute to all Marines. But I did whoop one of y'all members' ass. But,
okay.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Oh man, she goes.
So I'm gonna get the other 2 that's in the frame. So just give us that third one up there, the
right
white
here.
one. Yeah.
This one right here. This was a fight I went to Atlanta Classics. They got an all-girl boxing tournament. I went there last year. It was 2 days of events. You fight multiple nights. Well, both nights. This was a pretty easy win. I actually won in the first round. So. I'm blessed. I'm southpaw. A lot of girls they're not used to fighting southpaw fighters, so I got a southpaw advantage. A lot of times they slip wrong and I can catch them with the left every time. Pow, drop it on. Up there, that's the Christy Martin show. Christy Martin, everybody, if you're a fan of boxing, you know Christy Martin. She fought Layla Ali. She fought a couple other fighters. I won that at her tournament probably like two or 3 years ago. I won that. Where were we? We were in Fayetteville, so that was a pretty dope fight. Who did I fight? At that fight, who did I fight? I don't even remember. She was from New York though. So yeah, I'm North Carolina wrecking shit. I ain't even supposed to be wrecking shit. This ain't even a boxing state, and I'm over there wrecking shit. Come get this work.
So you mentioned Layla Ali. Mm-hmm. Now lately they've been talking about Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali. Do you feel like that's going to be a fair fight if they ever bring that fight, into the ring?
I feel like Clarissa Shields will win that hands down, but Clarissa Shields is in a situation where it's kind of lose-lose because they're going to say, oh, she's older than you. Won because she older than you. You won because you got more experience than her, because Clarissa Shields been fighting since she was probably like 8 years old. Yeah. Layla Ali, her daddy fought. When she was fighting, women weren't really into the sport. They were just throwing hands. Layla Ali had more technique than a lot of fighters that she came across, but it's a new time, day and age. Women know how to fight. Like you go to these tournaments, you be like, God damn, she hit like a dude, because we really in there training. We actually learning technique. So Clarissa Shields will thrash Layla Ali, but if she win, it's like, okay, you won. You younger than her. So, but I know Clarissa Shields will hop on her. She got the speed, the power, the technique, and she just wins with her overall aggressiveness.
So any chance of Layla Ali bringing the upset? Any chance at all?
Maybe her height and her reach. If she stays on the outside and use her jab a lot. I don't know if she has a lot of head movement, but she has to do that. Clarissa's very aggressive, so she will have to keep her on the end of her punches. That's pretty much what I think.
Do you feel like you could get in there and give Clarissa Shields a run for her money?
I would love that. That's my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to get in the ring with Clarissa Shields. I respect what she's doing for the sport. I would love to fight her. I feel like I got a lot of power. I got a lot of technique. And again, she's shorter than me. My arms are longer. So same thing I gave to Layla Ali, use your reach. That's what I do, and could drop a couple bombs on her. I feel like that would be an excellent match. Come on, let's go.
How tall is she?
Clarissa Shields, she's not too tall. She's probably about I say about 5'5" if I'm not mistaken. I've actually seen, you see people in tournaments and stuff like that, you be like, I wish I could fight her. I done seen her at tournaments and I stood like, let me see. Motherfucker, let me size up real quick. Okay, I got the height advantage on her, so yeah.
But you feel like if you were to get in there, you could probably we
gonna make something happen.
Take you a lot seriously.
She got a little money. I'm trying to take her bag. Okay. Yeah, I gotta put on the show. I get in the ring with her.
Okay. Do you feel like she has really fought anyone of caliber to really say, I know she's won. She has accumulated a lot of accolades, but has she fought anyone to really give her notoriety, in your opinion?
I feel like her first fight, she fought Franchon Cruz. They both were in the amateurs together. That was like one of the best fight Clersa Shields has ever had. They actually were going to war and going to bat. I would like to see that rematch. Clersa Shields developed more, I guess, what can you say? She developed more fans because of that fight. But if they were to fight again, I would love to see that, because that was one of Clersa Shields' best pro fights. So, Franchon Cruz, that's what I would like to see again.
Okay, okay. All right, while we're on the topic of boxing, they just had a big upset with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Now, they've been doing a lot of this talk about the glove, about him, using the glove improperly. Is that something that can actually happen?
Depending on, a lot of times as a fighter, we have different weights and gloves. You got 12 ounce, 16 ounce, 14 ounce, and things like that. I feel like if you were in a fight and you were expected to use a lighter weight and the person in your corner put on the wrong size gloves and they were a little heavier, that could affect your punching power and your speed. But as far as anything else, I don't think so with gloves. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel like maybe Deontay Wilder didn't prep for that fight as good as he should have, because it just seemed like when he got in the ring that he wasn't there for some reason.
Deontay Wilder, he's a great fighter. Well, he's a great fighter. As a boxer, I don't see him having a lot of technique, but his power is amazing. And that's with a lot of his opponents, his power just set him on their butt. His first fight when he fought dang, what's his name? When he fight Tyson Fury, the fight before, you could see that he had a lot of power, but the technique, you could tell there was a difference in the levels. He even knocked Tyson Fury down in that fight. That's why it was a split decision, because of the knockdown. I feel like the rematch, he should have rewatched that video a couple times just to know, okay, I got the power, now I need to work on the technique. But in the first round when he got in there, he got caught a couple times and you could tell oh, something ain't right. His footwork was off and everything like that. Deontay Wilder has a lot of power, but the technique, so I respect him as a fighter, but as a boxer, he needs to work more on his technique. I feel like he could he can make a comeback from that. He just has to go to the gym and work more on technique.
After the fight, they had a lot of people doing breakdowns of the fight as far as how many rounds he won in the first fight. And like you say, the knockdown really gave him the split decision to win the fight. Do you think the way that they were breaking down the fight and giving most of the rounds in the fight to Tyson Fury, do you think that mentally defeated Deontay Wilder before that second fight started?
No, I feel like as a fighter, we know as the refs around the ring, sometimes you got crooked refs. So if you went in there and you performed and you feel like in your heart you did your best and it was a split decision, your mind is the only one that count, because you're the only one in the ring. It take a lot of heart to get into these four corners and fight somebody for that many rounds. It's 3-minute rounds. A lot of people can't even last 30 seconds. So just imagine getting in there, putting everything on the line and fighting those many rounds and then trying to get out and be down on yourself. Now, you can't have that mental as a boxer. So, yeah, I don't think that affected him at all.
Okay. So what's next for Kika Jackson?
Well, coronavirus is currently no for real. As you
destroy everything.
Get out my video anyway. So listen, the coronavirus is rampant right now. So USA Boxing has canceled all tournaments until May 15th. Everything is canceled. we had an international tournament that was supposed to be like within the next couple of weeks. They canceled that. We're waiting for a review. We won't get the review until May 15th. So right now, all USA boxing sanctioned events are canceled. So only thing I can do is train, and get prepared. Yeah.
So, being that the coronavirus is, interrupting a lot of activity that's going on, and the children are being sent home from school, you are participating in activities that are keeping them busy. Talk about that a little bit.
All right, so because of the virus, school is closed for 2 weeks. Just to give the kids something to do, I decided to do like an enrichment program for these 2 weeks. The program is going to start at 8 and it'll be over at 2. We'll be doing homework. We'll be doing different activities. I'll be teaching them self-defense techniques. We'll be doing yoga and things like that, and also doing journal entries daily. It's going to be from 8 to 2, and we're going to do it for 2 weeks. The program, it's $50 a day, or if you come for the whole week, it's only going to be $150. That's just one type of program that I do, but I also do several other things for the kids throughout the school year. I do book bag drives, health fairs. We do, what else we do? Let me see. Cleanup. So I got a neighborhood cleanup coming up March 28th. We're going to be on Tuckasegee Road, 2701. From 10 to 12, all you got to do is just pull up right across the street from State Street Store. West Side.
So the cleanup, that's like basically, everybody grab a bag and kind of just pick up loose trash around the neighborhood?
Yep. I have several streets that I adopted, so it's my job to keep them clean. I have the supplies and everything like that, and I also provide lunch or snack afterwards. So just pull up. I have the sticks, the bags, sanitizer, and things like that.
So that's basically like going over into the realm of like being a community activist, basically.
That's my goal. That's the ultimate goal. One of my goals. So to be more valid in my community and a face that you can come to if you got any needs or any concerns, and me as a person try to help get it rectified and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. One question I wanted to ask before we wrap things up. Sometimes I've seen guys like Nate Diaz. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a UFC fighter. They do a lot of training. They train hard, but they also, they smoke recreational. Do you feel, someone who does smoke, whether it be cigarettes or whether it be CBD or whatever it is that they smoke, how much does that hinder you from, being able to be physical with your training?
I wouldn't recommend it because smoke goes into your lungs. As a fighter, your whole energy system, you're running off of anaerobic endurance. Anaerobic endurance requires that you have a large lung capacity, be able to bring in enough oxygen so you can survive those rounds. If you could do that and fight, more power to you, but me, I can't do that. So I wouldn't recommend it. Stay as healthy as you can. And another thing, a lot of times you get random drug tests. As a fighter, you don't want to have drugs in your system. Well, not me. I'm an amateur fighter, so I don't know how it works in the pros right now. But as a fighter, I don't want any drugs in my system if I was to randomly get drug tests, because then that means I lose a lot. I lose my spot on the USA team, and I done did a lot to get there, so I ain't trying to do that. So don't smoke.
So do you want to kind of give a not a shout out, but give a call to Clersa Shields in this video. Hey girl, it's Kika Jackson, and if you're watching this, pull up to Charlotte. Give me some tips and things like that. I would love to do a few rounds with you. We here, Charlotte, North Carolina, 2801 Christmas Street, Suite 212. Come get this work. Look.